Hello everyone, I'm Matilda, and today we are going to talk a little more about each one of these three things that PF and PW said a moment ago. Just in case you forgot the three thoughts here, they are again. First was, set your course where you need to be, focus being clear. Second, no room for fear, because Christ is living deep in me. Third, where God's love goes on and on and on. Let's get to our group today.
Hi everyone, let's get right to this today. The Bible encourages seeking wisdom and understanding, stating, "Get wisdom, and whatever else you get insight." Proverbs 4:7.
The Bible also advises asking God for wisdom, as He gives generously according to James 1:5, and Proverbs 2:3-5 further emphasizes the need for intentional seeking of insight and understanding.
I love this one. Guard your heart and mind. In Proverbs 4 verse 23, it tells us to guard your heart diligently as it influences your life. Philippians 4 verse 8 suggests focusing on positive and spiritually uplifting thoughts.
Embrace spiritual disciplines. Practicing spiritual disciplines like prayer and meditation can deepen your relationship with God and help you discern His voice. These practices can also offer mental health benefits, such as reduced stress.
Seek accountability and community. In other words, get together with other believers and help each other grow in the Lord. Being accountable to each other is one of the great ways we can grow together in the Lord.
Fear in some believers can be a crippling thing if we do not give it to Jesus. When Christ lives in us, His presence lives in us. He is there to help guide and lead us in whatever we need in this life. So, fear is replaced with love, joy, and a sound mind, all because the Holy Spirit helps us to overcome fear.
Trust and hope. Believers are encouraged to trust and hope in God. They know God is in control and will provide guidance in all matter that we may face in this lifetime.
Let me wrap this up by adding that we should find peace and courage, that no matter what you're going through, God is always there, right beside you. It's time for us to go. Our podcast team will be here to finish out today.
Welcome everyone. I want to open this up by saying in conclusion, no room for fear because Christ is living deep in me is a declaration of confidence. It's rooted in God's presence that will empower believers to overcome fear and face life's challenges with faith, hope, and peace.
Wow! Leo, that's really great. So today we are covering the last one, where God's love goes on and on and on. The phrase God's love goes on and on refers to the enduring, unconditional, and unchanging nature of God's love. It is often used in religious contexts to express the idea that God's love is constant and does not cease, even in the face of human failings or difficult circumstances. And I am really glad that God does not stop loving us.
Yes, indeed. You know that His love, that is God's love, is enduring. This tells me that it emphasizes that God's love is not temporary or fleeting, but rather a permanent and ever-present force. So while all others at times may leave and run from us, God never runs away from us. I like to think that God runs to us.
Well, let that thought sink in. It's so true. Another is unconditional, which tells you that God's love is not dependent on human actions or worthiness, but rather a free gift freely given. After all, he sent Jesus, his one and only Son, to die on the cross for us.
God is also unchanging. God's love is consistent and does not fluctuate or diminish over time. 1 John 4:7-9 emphasize that God is love and that love is a defining characteristic of God's nature. Look at this verse. Dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. 8. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. 9. This is how God showed his love among us. He sent his one and only Son into the world that we might live through him.
God's love, as something enduring and unconditional, has resonated throughout history and culture, influencing art, music, and literature. For example, the song "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald" by Gordon Lightfoot uses the line, "Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours?" to explore the feeling of despair and apparent abandonment in the face of tragedy.
But we know that even in the midst of tragedy, God is present to help if we are willing to receive the help that God has to give. All I know is that I'm glad I am sold out to Jesus all the way. It's time for us to go. We will see you again.
Wow! These guys were awesome again today. Always remember that Jesus is there with us all every day, everywhere. But we must stay with Jesus and let him guide and direct our life. As we do, we will be able to do more than we can ever imagine or think. It's been great to be with you guys the last 13 weeks. Watch our new series on the search for spiritual disciplines, coming next week.